Hey, I'm Dana with Diggin In with Dana, and I have a special guest here with me today. This is a really good friend of mine. His name is Tonka Baj, and he is going to be talking with us about some rodeo stuff. And I just got so many questions for you, mister, because we have a lot to talk about, right?
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, let's go.
So tell me a little bit about Tonka. Like, what is the business that you're in? How about that?
So I'm a rodeo announcer. A year and a half ago, I dedicated my whole life to it.
Yeah.
I don't have a Monday through Friday job. I used to work for a company, electrical company. I dedicated my life to announcing. I got my PRCA card this year, and I put on a few events of my own. And you guys will be there at my event again this summer.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So for the dummies out there that don't know rodeo stuff, and for anybody that's interested, what does that mean when you say you got your PRCA card?
So a long time ago for me, I, like a lot of the rodeo announcers, I just converted. I used to ride bulls. I rode bulls for 21 years, and then just kind of rolled into the announcing because I see some guys walk away from rodeo and just completely they're gone. I can't do it. I'm addicted. It's my life. It's my passion. It's my love. So I started announcing in 2012. Full-time was my first full-time job out at the Buffalo Chip in Cave Creek.
Yeah.
I announced there for 5 years and gradually moved over to the Roadrunner. And then when I moved over to the Roadrunner, I took on I was trying to track down more to get more rodeos and do the actual rodeos and stuff. So I did it for a while. Guys were asking me when I was going to get my card, and I needed to feel more confident in myself to get my PRCA card, which is the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. That is that's where the world champions are crowned. That's the
right.
elite of the elite, and I'm still I'm not top, but I got my card, so I got my foot in the door, and now it's time to pursue and try to get some of the big rodeos like you see on TV. You got to be a PRCA guy to get those.
Yeah. And you want to eventually get to the NFR one of these days, right? And announce the NFR.
Well, yeah.
That would be your end goal, right?
Yeah, that'd be the end goal. One of my mentors is Dan Falley and Wayne Brooks, and Wayne announces the deal. And I talked to him in Vegas this year, and he's an advocate for me. So hopefully that keeps going, and we'll pursue that. But you just got to get the local ones here around here first. Too.
Right. And so to get your card, you have to do so many things to start with, right? You nobody could just walk in and say, I want to get my card.
Yeah.
You have to qualify for that. You have to be vetted, and you are past that point now. So you're just working towards getting more rodeos under your belt and getting some of the bigger ones and growing at this point, right?
Yeah. What you got to do when you get your PRCA, you file for your permit. And when you do that, so as an announcer, I had to submit 5 rodeos that have the full 7 now 8 different events at rodeo, but you have to have that, and you submit it to the PRCA, and they just say okay, and they send somebody out. They don't tell you who it is, they don't tell it when, but they're sitting in the stands and they're evaluating you.
Oh.
They want to make sure that
your standards are what they need.
Your standards are what you need, and you talk intelligently about the sport. That's it's the greatest rodeo organization in the world. So I had turned in all 5, and after my 4th one, which was the Queen Creek Grand Canyon Rodeo, 2 days later I got an email saying I was approved.
Nice.
It was one of the most exciting things I've ever received. That's for sure. So.
That is exciting.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can't just walk into the PRCA as a bullfighter, an announcer, even a sound guy, stuff like that. You've got to get evaluated. There's people to come out that have been in the PRCA for a very long time, and they have the gold standard for you. They don't want somebody who just walking in. So,
and then you got some partners that I just saw that you are putting together an alliance or something, that you guys are like a team. You're ready to do it. You can bring the barrel guy, you can bring you as an announcer, and then you got the music thing.
Well, that was me. That was me and Jake Jacobson, who lives out here. His dad lives out here, and he's got a ranch in Nebraska, and then Hollywood Yates, American Gladiators, Wolf, and all that stuff. We worked together a lot at some of the local shows around here. So we looked at all of our dates and put them all together.
That's awesome.
Put all of our dates together and found the ones that we weren't booked at. So I posted that deal today, and it's like It'd be just one solid purchase, and we could all come and do the rodeo.
Yeah.
So what I call it? I called it the production alliance or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But I mean, it's solid. I mean, Anthony Lucia liked it.
Yeah.
And that guy is he does the production stuff at all the big rodeos. Not only does he announcer, but he also does the backside of the production. So that's other things you want to get into as well,
Yeah, you got to get your name out there.
Yeah.
And that's just a great way to do it.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Bull Biz. When you started Bull Biz, what was the intention? How has that progressed?
2014, I started Bull Biz. I started it because the guys really hadn't got sports agents yet. And there was a bunch of young kids coming up. I was trying to be their sports agent, trying to get them sponsors to go, because the original slogan was helping locals go national.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was 8 or 9 months after I started it, those big, the PBR had really blown up. And so the sports agents got done chasing football players, baseball players. They started calling bull riders, professional bull riders. And then they, those guys already had the clientele, the Monster Energies, the rock star, all that stuff. So it kind of went from there to, okay, now what do I do?
Yeah.
I was selling some hats and shirts and stuff like that. And then I finally just, I saw some shows around that to me were good, but they could have been improved. When you're selling somebody a ticket, you want to give them a production.
Right.
I just don't want somebody to walk in and see the basics. I want the fire, the glitz, the lights. And so then I progressed. I said, I'm going to do some shows. I'm going to do some out of the ordinary shows. Mm-hmm. So the very first one I did was last, I guess
March,
you call it,
or something?
May.
When it May?
Or March. So early spring, late winter, I guess you want to call it. But it's teams and toros.
Yeah.
I looked at that. Nobody had ever done just a bull riding and team roping. So I put that together. That went up there. It was good, but the weather kind of came in late and did the deal. And then I did the big red bull riding last summer.
That was fun.
You guys were there.
Mm-hmm.
That's very untraditional because it's a bull riding with a rock and roll concert afterwards.
And at concert, I'm like a fan of the Texas
Hippie Coalition
now because I saw them at your deal.
I
was up there banging my head with them. That was fun.
You're having a good time, and that's what I want. Afterwards, when the rodeo's over with, there's a lot of people that can say, okay, rodeo's done, just go somewhere else and go have the after party. Why not just stay there?
Have it at the arena.
That's what I like to think. I think it's cool. It was very untraditional, but I had seen in 2021, I went to Vegas for the NFR. I mean, that's where you do a bunch of PR stuff. I went and watched Nelly at the Hui party. Mm-hmm. And I got a video. You watch 80% of the crowd's got cowboy hats on. Their heads are bouncing. They're having a good time. So
right?
The people, even the big part of the industry, the big part of the production, they're starting to get away from the. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're still going to have your after parties with Cody Johnson, Cody Jinks, and there's other bands that are still coming. And then, of course, the originals. But now, the PBR finals this year, I just saw they posted the deal. Guess who's one of their after parties down in town, Fort Worth, that night? Texas Hippie Coalition.
Oh, yeah.
On Friday night.
Yeah.
They got Kenny Fiddler on the Thursday, or I think it's Wednesday, and then they got Texas Hippie Coalition and Warrant. So now they're coming away. Tradition is always going to be traditional because in my opinion, my bullfighters are always going to wear cowboy hats.
Yes.
Always.
I agree.
I won't hire a guy that wants to wear a ball cap.
No ball caps in the arena.
Nope. And if you're going to ride, you either have a helmet on or a cowboy hat. Mm-hmm. My team rope and the guys wanted to wear ball caps. I told them, then don't enter. Yeah. You still keep the tradition of the Western heritage because that's what this sport is. But it's evolved to where not everybody listens to Chris Ledoux and George Strait. Don't get me wrong, and I love them because me and Will grew up on Chris Ledoux. But when you're getting on a bull and you know he's mean and he's 1,500 pounds and he's mad, he's going to try to run you over. No offense, but Songs of Rodeo Life from Chris Ledoux ain't going to get me so pumped up. I need to hear some more of my kind of music. Yeah. To get your blood pumping, your adrenaline going. And that's what it's evolving to now. Yeah, I agree. And I think even just with production, the music is so important to the whole show. Like, it's not just as being a rider and getting pumped up to get on a bull and you don't want to hear something, some slow country song or anything. It's about the whole crowd, the atmosphere, the whole production. Mm-hmm. And that just makes for a better rodeo. It makes for better riders. It makes for everything. Well, you see it because you're running sound now. Mm-hmm. You do it and you announce them too. But you see it sometimes, there's times you need to pull the microphone away and let the music's already the music is already doing it for the crowd. Their heads are bouncing. They're having a good time. Yes. You don't even have to talk sometimes because the music is entertaining the crowd already. That's right. And
That's
they're
right.
waiting for that next guy to come out of the chute or the next guy to throw a rope and the roping in. The
Yeah.
music is there's a lot of times that you can take just the microphone and push it away. You don't
Yeah.
need to talk because the music has already got the crowd. They're engaged. They're roaring. They're having a good time. And
Yeah.
music does that for everything.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
So being an announcer, what do you find is the most challenging part? I know people think, oh, you could just go announce a rodeo. You can't. It's hard. I know it's hard. I don't do rodeos like you do, but I do showdeos, right?
Yeah.
And so we have a layout pretty much of how the show is going to go. But just being an announcer, there's so much work on the back end that you have to do. And people don't realize how much work goes into just doing that short 2-hour rodeo that you're announcing. Tell me a little bit about what you do practice-wise.
So, we've worked together a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff. So when you have those show like you do, most of the kids, most of the
Yes.
animals, their tendencies. Some Grand Canyon rodeos I do around, which is Arizona, New Mexico. I do a bunch of them, but I don't know all the contestants. So when I'm doing the contestants, I get their day sheets usually Tuesday before the rodeo starts.
Yeah.
Tuesday night, I'm going on their website. I'm looking up where they're at in the standings. I'm looking where they finished, if they're a past champion, what rodeos they have won this year. And then, not only that, but then I'm digging into their social medias.
Yeah.
Because there's people sitting in the stands that I might not know. And I might, that are in competing, I might not know. But when they walk away, they're like, wow, I didn't know the announcer knew you.
Yeah.
And the girl, the breakaway roper's going, he doesn't.
He doesn't know me. Yeah. But you
that's-
did your research.
But that's what you got to do. You got to do your research. Me and my other buddies, we call it homework. You got to do your homework,
Yeah.
and you got to sit there. And if you do a full rodeo with all the contestants, like 15, without the slack, leave the slack out of it, which is the overflow of contestants that they usually do in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But just the performance time. If you do that, it's still you're gonna be 4 to 5 hours
Yeah.
just that week before you go. And then I do some CPR rodeos, which are in Colorado. And I only know, literally a small handful of the contestants.
Yeah.
I'm digging that. That takes me about 8 or 9 hours before.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
8 or 9 hours before
So-
of work on that.
Do you actually take time before the perf to talk to them too? If you can't,
Yeah.
maybe you can't find something on the internet about them, or they don't have any stats or something.
Yeah.
You go actually interview
I'll sit
visit
down
with them.
I'll sit down at the rodeo office where they're signing in.
Yeah.
And if I'll be looking at their name and I couldn't have any. Hey, can you tell me somebody? Some of these kids don't like to talk. They don't want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you don't want to tell me nothing about you. Do you have any sponsors? Oh yeah. They want their sponsors to be known.
Oh, yeah.
So even if I can't get nothing out of them, if I can't pry any information out of them, at least they'll give me their sponsors.
Yeah.
So then I could go, okay, he's sponsored by American Hat Company,
Yeah.
and it's something.
Yeah.
Because
Something.
what you want to do is make sure that crowd is engaging, and it's not just somebody they don't know. You can tell them something about, Dana McNeil works here at
Yeah.
American Title Agency. You don't know that
Yeah.
because you're on a microphone. You're just working.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yeah, I think that's great that you
Yeah.
take the time, because I've seen some out there, and I'm guilty myself of not being prepared like that. With some of the new people that we run into and that they're riding, and it takes time and it takes a lot of effort. So I appreciate that you do that, because it makes you a little bit above the others. You know what I mean?
well, I'm not going to say yes or no, but
Yeah.
I take pride in what
Yeah.
I do. I take pride in what I do. In 2017, I took Chad Nicholson's announcing seminar, and I had to go over to Fort Worth, spend a ton of money. Like, it was a class. You paid for the class. You didn't get a hotel. You didn't get nothing. You had to pay for all that other stuff on top of it. I went over there literally thinking I was just going to learn the business end of it, because I thought I knew it all already in 2017.
Yeah.
No, did not. I learned a lot about the business, but I also learned a lot about show flow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what helped me, because I still got all the deals, audios from that school on
Oh,
my
yeah?
phone, on my computer.
Awesome.
Unfortunately, we lost them in 2019, I think.
Yeah.
But I still have all the audio files. I still, when I'm long drives, Bluetooth it, and it just reminds me of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take it for granted, and you get paid handsomely, but you got to reward them handsomely.
Right.
So-
Right. Because you can make or break it.
Oh yeah.
You really can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So do you because I noticed last year at the bull riding, you didn't announce. you were working, so you had another announcer come in. Is that something you like to do, or is that something that just has to be that way when you're producing a big rodeo like that?
I think when you're producing that show like that show costs a little over $60,000
Oh, wow.
for a 1-day deal.
Yeah.
When you're producing that deal, if I've got to go take out garbage,
Yeah.
if I've got to do anything,
Yeah.
if there's a problem on the back end where the bulls got caught or something, whatever I've got to do, I've got to be available to go do it. Sponsors, they throw out a ton of money, and they want to be known. So you hire an announcer that does that. But also, you want to go up there and make sure, hey, you guys good? Can I get you a drink? Did you get another meal? You got to make sure the sponsors feel special, because if that show doesn't happen without them sponsors.
I know.
That show does not happen without them sponsors.
Right.
So as a producer, I think I just need to be available anywhere and everywhere at all times.
Yeah.
When it comes to announcing it, no, I hire professionals.
Yeah.
I hire professionals. My shoot boss, my sound man, my announcer, the barrel man, the bullfighters, they're all professionals. The stock contractors, they're all professionals. If there's something that happens outside of the norm, they all know, they've seen it before. It's very rare with the group of people that we know that they haven't seen what's going to happen.
Right.
And when it does happen, they can react and get it done
quick. Jump
quick.
in and fix it.
Get it done quick, and hopefully be blind to the normal eye that's watching, and they'll think it's just the same old show.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Isn't it funny on the back end, on the production side, that you see every little thing?
Oh, yeah.
You see everything. And so the crowd doesn't see it. The crowd doesn't see those kind of things because you are back there. You are working. You are making sure, because you're watching and you're producing the rodeo.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes producers can be a little hard on themselves too. Like I know you have. I've seen it.
I'm the worst. I'm the worst.
I know I've done it too, and so is Will. We all do.
Yeah.
But the crowd doesn't ever see that, and that's a good production. In my mind, that's a great production right there.
As long as the crowd doesn't see the hiccups and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as it's blind to the naked eye compared to them, what they see, yes.
Yeah.
But,
although you always see something that you could do better.
Oh, yeah.
Every show,
I've done it every one. And I'm going to hopefully, progress into this one. So it's going to be cool.
So
I like but I do like the production. I hope I never, ever have to announce one of my shows.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to.
Yeah.
Because then if I'm announcing and I see something that I don't like that's not going the way we had planned, or somebody's doing something, I can't just cover the mic and yell at somebody.
Yeah.
I can literally walk over there while I'm producing, because I'm walking. I'm like, you need to move over here. You're doing this wrong, or so and so on.
Yeah.
I help set up some of the acts, do all that stuff. Whatever needs to be done, I'm doing.
Yeah. So now we know a little bit about you, but let's talk about the big one coming up. In July, right?
Yep.
What is this going to be this year? I'm excited.
It's the same one. It's the second annual. It's a big red bull riding in concert. It's a live bull riding. It's inside Westworld in the Equidome. Yeah. Because everybody's like, July 15th, you're crazy. I said, I know.
It's air conditioned.
I'd be crazy if I did it outside.
Yeah.
But it's inside the Equidome. I ran up the whole Equidome. We're going to swap it this year. Oh. So we're going to put the buck and shoots on the east side.
Oh,
and put the back pins in the paddock area, so them guys ain't running them bulls that far. Everything's going to be really close. Put the stage on the other side. Okay. So that west roll-up door is going to be closed the whole time.
Gotcha.
Everybody's going to be inside the AC. The guys ain't going to run the bulls. They're going to run the bulls about 20 yards to the buck and shoots and stuff. This year I'm going to go 30 bull riders.
Yeah.
Top 5 to short go. And I'm going to put the added money on them. 20 guys will get 2,500 added. If I get 30 guys, I'll add 4,000.
Oh.
I'm going to put it on them now. I'm not going to. Last year I threw up 5,000 and only had 29 guys.
Oh, wow.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Back in the day, me and Will would go jump in a truck, drive 8 hours for 1,000 added.
Yeah.
Now it's so crazy. Tombstone had 10,000 added at their finals in December. Couldn't get 30 guys, 26.
That's crazy.
$10,000 added. So now I'm going to put it on those guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to add 2,500 if I get, and then I don't care if I get 25 guys, it's 2,500. I get full 30, then I'll add 4,000.
Okay.
So that booked a really solid band. A band that's on they're on like the meteoric rise. They're getting ready. They're not filming. They're recording their third album right now. A band that Will and I saw them open up for Stone Sour. I've seen them open up for Five Drinker Death Punch. The band's called Dead, D-E-D. Awesome 4-man group. These guys rock and roll, a little heavy metal. They're cool. But they're on the rise and got a local flavor too because they're all from Tempe.
Oh, awesome.
They're all from Tempe. So what people don't get about this show and people didn't get to understand, it is rock and roll. It is going to be rock and roll. The music that's played, I've handpicked when you walk in, when you're walking around checking out all the vendors, the music you're playing. I handpicked it all. It doesn't get too loud and crazy, but during the bull ride, we're going to do it because that's the way I like it. The bulls were taken this year. Obviously, you'll have some bulls there as well.
Yeah.
They're all good bulls. You're going to be between 80 and 83 points in long go and 83 to 86, 88 in the short go.
Yeah.
They're just perfect bulls. I'm not going to try to get the bulls like you see on some of the PBRs because some of these guys around here have them bulls, but it makes for a flashy show to see that one bull, but when you have 30 guys that keep getting slam dunked, it's not a good show.
Yeah.
I wanted some
you
good
want
rideable
some to
bulls.
stay on.
Yeah.
You know, that's a thing I think too. That makes a good show. People get bored when people just get bucked off right out the gate because the bulls
Over
are
and
rank,
over.
rank,
You're watching
you
the
know?
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always good to keep the show rolling to have some that stay on. Well, I know a bunch of senior guys that would love to get in on it, but they're a little nervous about all that because it's an open bull riding, right?
It's wide open.
So you're going to want to broadcast that out to everybody that's an open bull rider to get entered up.
Yep. I've been sharing it on the social medias that I got, and guys are already asking for it. But entry ain't open until June because guys that want to enter now, I mean, how
May
many?
not be there.
We're what, 4 months out?
Yeah.
About 4 months out from the show.
Yeah.
You know the sport. It's very dangerous. It's world's most extreme sport, but it's also one of the most dangerous sports in the world. The guys that can enter right now, I could fill it up right now, but in 2 months,
Who
one
knows?
of them might have torn a knee out, something like that, hurt an arm, broke some ribs, something.
Right.
So I always take the entry about a month out before, do that, and we'll go from there.
Fill any open spots closer too, huh?
Yeah, I mean, and it was hard because 5,000 added last year, and it's 100% payback. Entry fees are $100, so that if it fills up, there's 3,000.
Yeah.
If it fills up, then I'll put the 4,000. That's 7,000. And I pay 50, 30, 20, so it's going to pay $3,500 to win it if it's full.
Yeah.
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 Guitar, belt buckle,
Oh, wow.
big check,
Yeah.
all that fun stuff.
That'll be fun.
So, yeah.
It was a lot of fun last year, and I can't wait to see it again.
It'll be cool this year. Got some good sponsors on board this year. Just met with some more yesterday, and still
People
going.
don't realize how much it takes to do these productions as well. Like, it takes months and a year ahead of time. Like, you started last year at the end of that rodeo, started for this year's.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I mean, you've got to be in the works so far ahead of time to make sure that it all gets put together, looking for sponsors and putting the plans in order, besides just advertising it. Now, closer to, you're going to go and do all the advertising and everything, but the whole preparation is a whole process.
Oh, yeah, it's everything because people think, I'm just a rodeo announcer and I put on a few events. They look on social media, and yes, I get to go do some cool things because of the situation I'm in and the life I've pursued the way I wanted it to. But they don't see me sitting in my trailer. I sold my house. I live in my trailer on my buddy's property. They don't see me sitting in my trailer, I get done eating dinner at 5 or 6:30 or 6, and then I'm on the computer till midnight, emailing, trying to chase down sponsors. They get to see the fun side.
Yeah,
they get to see the fun side.
Yeah, I can appreciate that because it's a lot of preparation, a lot of work to make these events happen. And so when you want to fill the seats, because it's going to be a great event, filling the seats is so important. So very important. And I mean, you got the sponsors and everything, but filling the seats, having the crowd there. What do you like to do to advertise for filling those seats?
So out here locally, I'm using the rock station 98 KUPD.
Oh, okay.
I'm using them to do some radio commercials again this year. Met with some people yesterday. The social media and everything, you've got to figure out the algorithms, how to work them correctly to get them going. They do that, but people are they're going away from newspapers. Newspapers don't even advertise anymore. I mean, I'm sorry if you do, but it doesn't get out no more.
Yeah.
There's the radio station. The reason I use them because they are a top 5 station in the nation.
Right.
KUPD is one of the top 5 rock stations in the nation. So using them is a valuable asset, and plus the people that work there with Hubbard Radio are really good. Social media and stuff like that, I use that, and all my sponsors. All my sponsors, like, hey, if you're going to sponsor this, can you put this on like your email, that your monthly emails that go out and say, hey, we're proud to sponsor a buck and shoot over at the Big Red Bull Riding. Do that, follow that. And I have a girl that I hired that is very, very good on social media, and I gave her the access to my 2 deals, or my, 3 pages I have? 3
How many
pages I
pages,
have.
yeah.
3 pages I have, and she knows all the algorithms. She showed me some stuff. Like, I'm gonna let her help push it too.
Yeah.
Because you can be a producer, but you can't do everything.
Right.
You can't do everything, and I learned that last year at that show. I now have a girl that's going to handle all of the vendors.
Right.
Because we were sitting inside the production meeting, I told them, it's this time, don't call me. And they all called after 15 minutes after the production meeting started.
Oh.
So Kendall's handling all of that. Casey's handling this, that. You learn to delegate so that you can concentrate on that. Keep the people coming in, selling the tickets. Because I have sponsors, but I don't have enough sponsors to cover the whole cost of the show. There's a lot that comes out of my pocket before.
Right.
And then when the advertising starts happening and the tickets get bought, I'm very superstitious. I don't like to look at ticket sales until about a week and a half before the event, because Westworld wants to know per se. So also my security company, and if they need to have people parking. Yeah. But then I won't check it again until the doors open. Yeah. I won't check it again until doors open. I'm superstitious. Yeah. Yeah. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Oh, that's funny. So, but it's just a matter of getting the word out there, and so hopefully this will help. We can put this out on the internet and everything, and get some word spread about it. Yeah. And anything else going on that you want to talk about today? Like any other big events that you got going on?
I'm just gonna. My summer takes off pretty quick. I get to.
Are you going?
It's I got my 4th of July again. Yeah. We go up to Colorado. That'll be a nice break before the show. Yeah. I go up there. It's the 4th of July, so it's the 3rd and the 4th. I'll be driving back on Wednesday. That's a 10-hour drive from Coleman. And then I'll have that weekend and then get ready for my show. Yeah. But then after that, I head up to 2 to 3 days later. I'll clean up, get all the after effects of the show at Westworld, and then I go to Nebraska. I'm going to hang out with Jake a little bit, but then I picked up an MC job at the in Sturgis.
Oh, no kidding!
At the Knuckle Saloon.
Oh, wow!
It's very cool. I think I MC in between the bands, the shows that they have, and I just keep the people engaging. And then after that, I picked up a couple deals in Montana. It's very cool because I don't want to be just known as rodeo announcer. I want to also be. I want to MC it, do things, and because there's a lot of those guys that you see now. Matt West. He's the full-time PBR announcer during the Unleash the Beast tour. But then when the Teams deal goes on, he steps inside the booth for CBS.
Oh, okay.
I want to do it.
You want to do?
I want to do it all.
Yeah,
I just
want
to do it all
you.
because I love this. I love this life, and I hate sitting at home when I see other people working. And God bless them that they're working. But I also I want to get there. I don't care if I'm sitting on the back and interviewing the guys when they come back behind the shoots, whatever, or announcing. I love everything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you have to. Rodeo's in your blood. Once you're hooked, right?
It took a little while. But it took a little while. We didn't grow up with it. Yeah. Will got on. I think I got on when I was. Maybe a couple weeks before I turned 17. Will got on when he was 17. And him and I have been hooked ever since. So.
Right.
So
once you're in. Can't get out.
No, I don't want to.
I know, I don't either.
I don't want to. I'll stay here until the Lord says it's no more. Yeah. So
that's what I always say about the senior associations is that, it just gives them a place to keep doing what they love to do. I mean.
So our friend, Will, and he described it best. And I didn't understand it until he said it. He said, junior rodeos, when we figured that out, you paid a ton of money. Your entry fees were a ton of money to win a third of it if you won. Right. And then that just teaches you the business a little bit, and then you get into the amateur series like the Grand Canyons like we did, and then you get your PRCA card and do all that stuff, and then you chase that PRCA, the PBR, stuff like that. But then Will got into the seniors, and I was like, man, what are you doing? He's like, he says you come full circle. Step. Yeah. He said you just come full circle. He's like, same thing. We're gonna pay a lot of money to travel, but you're doing it for the love of it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He's like, guys that get rich, there's very few and far and in between in
Right.
the seniors.
Right.
But you're doing it because you love it.
You love it.
Yep.
And, they should get the same recognition that the PRCA Cowboys get, because I feel like they're risking everything just the same.
Just the same.
Just the same.
And let's be honest, they're more brittle.
Yeah, and they're more brittle. I could tell you that for sure.
I know your husband.
Yeah, but I think it's a great thing that they still have the opportunity.
Well, I see some things that are in the rumbles this year that might be going on during the NFR. Mm-hmm. And I think it's great because people like that should be recognized.
That's right.
I don't care just because they're 40 or 50.
Right.
They've been doing it for a lot longer. Some of them kids that are coming down the buck and shoots at the NFR.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, we're hoping to get it all back to Vegas. Maybe next year. Hopefully next year we'll be able to take the finals back there. But
should be.
Yeah.
I think
we're working on it.
You should be looking during the day. Mm-hmm. You can do something during the day while the NFR is going on during the night.
Yeah.
We'll talk some more.
Yeah. And the back number ceremony and all that stuff, we did all that last year. That was amazing.
Looked really, really awesome.
It
You
was.
guys had the big backdrop and the deals on there, and you had all the sponsors out there. That was super cool. I saw that.
Super fun too. So we just, I thank you for coming on and joining me, because now, we get to promote your bull riding coming up, and that helps everybody. And it's just good to get to visit with you outside of the rodeo arena.
It's
for
always
a change,
fun.
Huh?
Because the only time we get to catch up is when we're both working kind of, and then we don't actually get time to talk.
Right.
We're BSing about the production and what we've got to do.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it's like afterwards people want to talk, but everybody's pulling you this way and that. You don't get a chance. You really don't.
I know.
Unless you are like closing shop at a rodeo, not like one of these little shows we do, but like actual rodeo, and you go back to your trailer and then you can calm and simmer down there.
Yeah.
So
it was fun getting to visit with you today.
It was good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet.
Digging in with Dana.
Digging in with Dana. So thank you for watching today, and thank you, Tonka, for coming and joining me. And make sure to check out the Big Red Bull Riding. It's going to be July 15th. You can get your tickets where?
You can go to the social medias, which is BullBiz on Facebook. It's all one word, BullBizz. And on Instagram, it's BullBiz1. And then I also have an Instagram that is just a Big Red Bull Riding in concert. It's all, just keep spelling it. Click on it. There's links over there, but it's www.ctickets.us. And you look inside there and go to just punch in Big Red Bull Riding. It'll take you right to it.
Okay. So hopefully everybody gets their tickets and come and see us at this Big Red Bull Riding. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, thank you.